Good evening, all. Ajay sir, can I start?
Yes, ma'am, please start. Good evening to all.
Good evening, one and all present here. Myself, Dr. Kavita Dide, State Coordinator in Indore from Research Foundation of India. I welcome you all. Now, the Research Foundation of India is strictly working for the social uplifting and higher education quality and Indian research promotions in the form of event like a national conference, seminar, workshop, symposium, and other activities. RFI works for the integration of intellectual ideas across the globe to fulfill the thirst of the innovation and the humanity. Research Foundation of India is concerned with improving the education process by encouraging scholarly inquiry related to education and the practical associations of the research results. Research Foundation of India is working for the research and development of higher education. It has signed MOU with the top universities from India. RFI members are faculty, research graduates, students, and other distinction professionals with reach the diverse the expertise in the educational research. RFI does not take any financial sponsor from any government body. Research Foundation of India has organized 1,000 plus international conferences, workshops, FDPs, symposiums, etc. all over the world. Now RFI having 87 chapters in India and 18 chapters in Asian and other countries and categorized in the 5 core West, East, South, and North and Central Zone. Now, this program, today's topic is art of writing of research paper and methods and the solutions. and advanced tools and techniques for the research methodologies. This first, heartily welcome to Saurabh Jain sir, Dr. Saurabh Jain sir, Chairman and CEO of Research Foundation of India. He also appointed as Vice President of World Federation of Science and Technology and President of Engineering Research Foundation. Dr. Jain also involved in the Research Foundation of India consultancy unit named Educational Research Analyzer Private Limited. Along with he is involved in the number of companies like SSI Consultancy Services. Educational Academia, INC, AGR, ARGA, ERF, Asian Tech Private Limited, Blueprint Publication Delhi, and Black Pearl International Publications, many more. He awarded as gold medalist in the Master of Technology from the Government Engineering College, and he did first doctorate in the Power System Engineering and second doctorate in the Control System Engineering. Dr. J has organized more 1,000 international national events in control system engineering. Dr. Jain has organized more than 1,000 international and international national events like conferences, FDPs, SDPs, workshop, national journals, along with the published 45 referred, edited book, author book in multidisciplinary areas. On the name of Dr. Jain, 13 patents and copyrights has published from India. He is expert of scholar and renewable energy concept. Dr. Saurabh Jain, sir, welcome, sir. Now, I heartily welcome to all RFI team, Dr. Ajay Jain, sir,
कविता मैम,
Dr. Yes, sir.
सौरभ सर और अशोक सर वो कार्यक्रम के एंड में हमसे कनेक्ट होंगे. आप प्लीज इनवाइट डॉक्टर इंजीनियर सोनेश भारद्वाज मैम, प्लीज इनवाइट.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I request, I heartily welcome to Sonesh Bharatwaj, ma'am. Ma'am has a 16 year of experiences in the services of industry, heading under the sales, marketing, operations training, being a fine-tuned business, and has coached of mentor more than the thousand of various entrepreneurs, established business, startup owners across the global market in upscaling and enhancing their earned performances and hence scale of their businesses. Ma'am is a global motivational speaker, keynote speaker, certified sales and soft skills leadership, behavior, TTT, master trainer, life business coach, writer, youth mentor, and women caster on the various coaching platforms. Being a high enthusiasm, enthusiastic, the speaker at the various national and international platforms for the women entrepreneur, youth, summits, business leader, startup, ideal, and the life coaching. She holds numerous designations as a global ambassador, advisory board member, active mentor, and a director at various NGOs and non-profit companies to serve, empower people at national and international level. She has awarded with the various doctorate degrees, awards, accolades by the numerous organizations and universities worldwide for her significant and vast contribution toward education, life balancing, and empowering mankind. She has impacted and coached more than 10 lakhs individuals and the corporate leaders and skills, still counting through her various enhancements, a unique leader, change maker, a truly passionate soul who believes in balancing all spheres of life through work-life balance and transforming divine best creation humans. She has a trained team in the various capacities, right from the classrooms to various seminars, gathering on the various modules and the recruitments. She has a design system, strategies, training modules for the various department, helps organize to reach a solution-oriented approach for achieving a various goal. Welcome, ma'am. I heartily welcome to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Kavita ma'am, for such a lovely and warm introduction. And just want to check, am I loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much. I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
it's my absolute pleasure to be here, and my special thanks to RFI, Dr. Ajay Jain, for inviting me for such a lovely. I would say this FTP is very close to my heart because I have been training n number of people across the globe for FDP especially. So thank you once again, and again, the platform is having all the valuable dignitaries who have expertise knowledge as per their vast experiences. So I think it's a great learning platform for each one of us. So thank you once again, RFI, and of course not to forget Sage University Indore for organizing such a wonderful I would say the webinar. Well, so today I have been invited on a special theme called when we talk about research ethics and plagiarism is something which I'm going to share a couple of my views, which I have addressed, which I have seen throughout my journey after just interacting with a lot of people across the globe, that how this market moves on when it comes to research. Especially India is being a country where we have a wide portfolio for research, but unfortunately, probably we are not able to deliver our 100%, or not even 100%, I would say 80% closure is also somewhere lacking. Now, what are the core things which actually we are lacking in order to enhance our research practices in a very, very ethical manner? So I'll be just sharing a couple of things on the same. But before I start, I'm a firm believer. Though we are on screen with technology, can I have a smiley face from all of you by switching on your camera for a while? How many of you can just switch on your camera because I want to see all of you for a while? I think that's going to be amazing. That's lovely. Now my screen looks very beautiful and colorful. I love this kind of sessions when we have people smiling across. And not to forget, we have 111 in strength. I think it's a huge number. So again, a very wonderful thing. This shows me that how much people are interested when it comes to learning, when it comes to gathering and having such kind of informatory platforms. I can see people are traveling, but still they are attending such kind of programs. So my special thanks to all of you for attending such a beautiful program. Now let me just take you through this entire so-called, when we talk about research ethics and when we talk about plagiarism, because plagiarism, when we talk about, is a wide problem. I don't find it's only with research. I think it is widely accepted across all the games. Can I know from anyone who is here on the platform right now, when we talk about ethics, what do you mean by that? Anyone?
Ma'am, ethics is actually differentiating between what is right and what is wrong.
Great. Anything else? Anyone else also? I want to just have one or two more people interacted onto the same. Anyone else who would love to share?
Justification of our activities, ma.
Oh, wonderful. That's amazing. Amazing. All right.
Thank
So
you so
let me
much.
just share my a screen. Just let me know once my screen is visible to all of you so that I can just see whether it is. I guess my screen is visible right now. Is it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much. So, just to give a quick brief, though Dr. Kavita has wonderfully explained about myself, my name is Sunesh Bhardwaj, and I'm joining all of you from Bangalore, India. And as she mentioned, I'm a global motivational speaker, a certified train the trainer coach, certified sales and leadership master trainer, life coach, business coach, and I train a lot of startup owners in order to build their entire blueprint for sales and marketing strategies and hand holding them for across a year so that they can stabilize into their business and they can run it very smoothly. I'm an author, women catalyst, and an entrepreneur too. That's a quick short intro about myself. So let me just take it through the main theme today, what we are going to talk about. So plagiarism and research ethics. Plagiarism of others, when I talk about, it can be text, material, ideas, research. Results is unacceptable and constitutes a serious breach of ethical standards. Before I start, I also want to understand how many of you believe if we don't have the right ethical way to proceed, let it be any profession, we cannot succeed. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because
Yes, ma'am.
ethics define who you are. Whether you are an entrepreneur, you are an educator, you are a top class person who is leading a very, very powerful and authoritative position, you need to be ethical because that defines who you are as a person. And for me, the most important thing, more than your educational certificates, you need to establish yourself as a personality which is inspiring. People look at you, they get inspired, and they inspire to be like you. So ethics pretty much define who you are in your profession and how you are actually taking that whole journey into that profession. Specifically, when I talk about research, it's a very, very well reputed profession if I have to talk about, because we consider we have the best brains who are working behind that whole research. So I guess when it comes to research, it becomes pretty much essential that we need to have an ethical code of conduct, though it is pretty much needed in each and every single profession. Further to it, if I talk about in terms of research ethics, plagiarism involves stealing of content from the works of other writers, researchers, and publishing it as one of its own. Now, this is a serious offense. Because, see, you can learn from people. No doubt, we all learn from each other. Today, I may be master into one area, but let's say if my area of interest is into second, I definitely need to master myself from experts. But does that mean that I start copying something from them exactly ditto? I think the answer should be no. Because someone is sharing their quality time, their quality expertise level to enhance my skill self set as an individual. So I need to have that respectable code of conduct towards what they are bringing and enhancing in me. And rather than becoming a copycat, I need to become more secure and come down with an innovative idea that how I can represent those thoughts which I have learned from someone, or probably I get enhanced or I got knowledge from someone in the most brilliant and innovative and new form, so that people still can have something new to learn from me. Right? So, especially for the research scholars, especially for the people who are very new to this entire industry of research, they need to be extremely careful. Because when we talk about research, people feel, wow, we have extreme, profound plethora of knowledge. Yes, you're right. But my dear friends, you need to understand anything and everything you want to start in your life, first you need to be ethically correct. Because if your foundation is great, if your foundation is good, no matter what you are going to build over it, you are going to succeed. But ensure your foundation stays very, very strong. Right? So the next thing here, which I wanted to share with all of you is, when I say about the next thing, what are the 5 ethics of research? Or rather, I would say, what are the 5 principles of research ethics? So as you all can see, first, you need to discuss intellectual property very frankly, whatever you are going to. Second is, be conscious of multiple roles. Let's say you are someone who is responsible for project A or research paper 1, or you are also involved into multitasking areas. Please be very careful what you are contributing, how you are contributing. Do you have a significant impact when you say you are having a multiple role system to play? Third one is, follow your informed consent rules, because without rules, without regulations, you cannot empower and print the right image in front of people. Respect confidentiality and privacy, because this is pretty much needed. As I mentioned, whichever role you are into, whichever research pattern you are involved into, everything need not to be highlighted in one go, because there are confidential datas, there are confidential strategies, there are confidential, I would say, statements which you cannot reveal in a very first go. You need to respect all those things so that the project or the research or the journal or whatever things you have been involved into can turn out to be beautifully and it can sail smoothly throughout. So privacy and confidentiality is something which you need to respect, no matter what, whichever profession you are into. But if you are significantly dealing with research, I would say it demands and it requires high degree of integrity with the profession. Last but not the least, tap into ethical resources. Because as I mentioned, we all are humans. We might not be master of everything, but if we really want to master certain areas in our life, we need to go for deep study. We need to deep dive the whole subject, topic, so that we can help people who are probably also looking out to do the same journey with us. And my personal belief, and I'm sure even you all will agree to this, we cannot empower people very, very strongly if we ourselves are not powerfully strong and oriented. So we need to understand how to go with this whole system of ethical well built when we talk about research, when we talk about any sort of confidential material. Next is plagiarism involves two things. First is taking other people's work, ideas, results, writing, images. Second one is presenting it as your own. Now, this is serious offense because I believe gaining knowledge from someone else's content is not a crime because this is what we are learning from each other. But you need to understand you cannot portray that it's you are the owner, whole and soul owner of that whole thing. Please do not forget to give a credit to the right person who has actually helped you to come down with that thought process. And this is also a matter of sincerity, integrity, and having a full respect for the original creator of that whole brain concept, right? Whether that is your intention or not is a secondary thing, but plagiarism in terms of intent and consequences, we need to be strictly powerful that how we are presenting our thought process. The last point here, which is most significant, is it is your responsibility to imagine whether the reader will believe from what you have written or not. Because when you write something, it has a power. As you all know, words have power. And when you are connecting to people around you, you ensure you do not portray something wrong. You do not project something wrong because today you don't know how many people are following you. So I believe let it be even a small code of information, but try to present it out in the most authenticated, most knowledgeable, and most powerful way so that people can connect to you in the right manner. Next thing, the internet. As we all know today, technology has grown multifolds, and we all know we have seen plagiarism in terms of music industry, film industry, image industry, publishing industry, you name it. Today I guess every industry has this concept and this element. But the irony of this is that how we are using that whole technology for our betterment is a big question. Because I believe everything, whatever today we use, has all plus and minuses. You cannot have something with only positive concept. Rather, you need to be smart enough to understand how you are using that technological gadget or technology for you, or you are trying to use it against you. So if you are trying to use it for you, for your favorable things, for the betterment of the society, I think it has a significant impact. And today, all thanks goes to technology that I'm sitting in one corner and you all are sitting in the different corners, and so beautifully we are connected here, right? So this is something called a powerful use of technology which we are using. But again, there is a second flip side to the coin, and the coin flip side is I can also use technology or internet. Now it's up to me, it's up to all of us how we are brilliantly using and significantly using. Now, same thing in terms of research, if I interpret the data, when I talk about plagiarism, it is pretty much significant in each and every single industry. So choice is ours how we want to fight against plagiarism. Are we trying to highlight just like a big problem, or we are trying to find out the relevant solution so that we can avoid the trapping of data, the trapping and misconduct of conducts, ethical code of conduct in terms of research with our new scholars. Next thing which we need to understand, seriousness. Plagiarism is a disciplinary offense because I believe we all are smart today, and I'm sure you all will agree to this point. We are not someone that we are not aware of, especially if we are in the research industry. I guess we are fairly knowing the fact what we are doing, right? Even after knowing so much, and if you have been a part of any sort of plagiarism, see, once or twice I can understand if you are very new to the industry. But if you are on a very serial code of conduct with plagiarism, I think it's high degree that you need to reanalyze yourself, that what you are trying to bring onto the table, right? Because it's an offense. You could lose all your marks on the project. Even it can be even expelled from the college if you're dealing with any research foundation, if you're dealing with any research college, and if you are into a very critical sort of project to be highlighted, right? Because college also, or the institute also, or the foundation also, which is highly involved into international and national standards of research, is being very keenly and interestingly tracking you down, that where and how you are going to get into the conclusion. So this can have a serious impact on you. And I don't want somebody who's starting their journey into the research as a very novice person should get entailed by such kind of incidences. So slightly be mindful of that, because a right way, a proper way, an authentic way can lead to a really successful results towards your journey, what you are looking out. Next thing, technology. When I talk about to get an idea of how the technology for detecting plagiarism works, consider, it's just an example I'm using here. Let's say we have Google search, substantial literature onto the subject. You get some X number of results which will be coming out, right? As an early theorem, or say second results, how you are just tracking down from different resources with the help of artificial intelligence. Because today we do have artificial intelligence in place, and there are n number of genius brains who are working towards this technology in a very significant manner. Today, our so-called own YouTube works on a very sensitive, I would say, algorithm which uses AI to a greater extent. And same thing in the research coding system we do have. Citations. Plagiarism is avoided by giving appropriate citations. Citing adds values to your work, and it shows that you have read the literature, that you know how the result fits together. Citing too much is better than citing too little. If it is in doubt, give a citation. Now, verbatim copying. This means that you are using the same words as someone else is, typically by cutting and pasting. Now, this is also another way of just leading towards your plagiarism. Copying does not equate to plagiarism, but yes, indeed, quoting a famous sentence is a rather common device. To avoid plagiarism, there must always be a clear quote, either enclosing the relevant passage within quotation marks or displaying it through a quote in an environment while you are just going through your research, or you wanted to just use certain statements in a very enthusiastic and very probably highlighter way. Paraphrasing. When repeating an argument given by someone else, one must paraphrase the original context. As we know, while especially when we are going through research, we might come across to certain statements, text, or context, which might need to be highlighted in a very urgent manner or very critical phase. How we are going to paraphrase those things? We can use the original text there. To avoid plagiarism, you can follow like this: a citation, since you are still taking the idea of an argument from someone else; a substantial rewriting of the source, which merely not meaning that you are reproducing it with slight changes. You should read the argument, then you close the book or article from wherever you are trying to just put a statement on that argument. It can be tricky enough, because in a difficult proof, take advice from your supervisor if you are just working on a very critical research statements. Appropriation of ideas. If your result is original, but the argument you use is very similar, that has been done before on a related topic. For example, the same topic probably can be covered by n number of people, and you have fairly no idea who has spoke what. but already that research paper has been published, and it has also go under the consideration. You need to be extremely careful what you are quoting out of that. You must still give your attribution, for otherwise you could be committing your plagiarism. So this can be slightly onto the safer side, that you should have a mindfulness about whichever topic you are working in terms of your research, how you are portraying your ideas. I'm not saying that intentionally you are trying to just get copying certain statements, but slightly just have a recheck on whether the particular article or the topic has already been under discussion, or it has already gone into the publication side, or it is already into a consideration of your research. Common knowledge. In some cases, there may not be clear references because everyone know about it. If it's a very, very general topic, right? You must still make it clear that it is not your own idea using expressions. Like you can use these statements to avoid plagiarism. It is well known that the following result is like this, because this inserts a focus on that you are not someone who is trying to reinvent or trying to just portray a statement from your own. This is something you are trying to, which is already into existence, but you are trying to recollect and retail onto the same particular statement to the audience, where they are going to read and connect to your point in a much fairer and better manner. Background bibliography. As we all know, research papers often begin with a vast bibliography, citing all the works that form the background and motivation of the document. So a couple of things which I have just used is here in the form of quantum effects, which you can use whichever tapping sources you have used for your bibliography. You can always highlight those particular numbers, number orbits, or you can also use your quantum effects to ensure that you are not trying to hijack information which might not make any sense for people there. This can be certain things like your articles and books. If you have referred certain articles, if you have referred certain books for your research, and each argument of your site, it requires a matching entry, because there has to be a significant statement to support that particular, I would say, the statement which you are trying to highlight there. So in articles, you can always refer like author's name, title, general name, if it is already there in italic or slanted. Volume number, if there are multiple volumes of the same author or the journal has been released, year of publication, and probably the page range, that if someone wants to just go and do a follow-up onto the same article for a better understanding, they can always go and check it out. Same thing goes even with the books. So this is simple example for all of you, where let's say you have a multiple articles to refer upon. You can always use and highlight this thing into your journals or probably your research papers towards the end, or wherever the significant column has been given to you, so that people can really find it very simplified to connect to your journal or to your research paper in a most authentic manner. Same thing goes with the books. Standard material. Now, for example, in a project, you're likely to be using certain standard book. To incorporate such a material in a single citation, you have to use expressions. That is like for background material, what you have used, what volume. If you have used any significant theorems, any kind of probably composition, any kind of very, very technical data, you can always highlight that. This is just an example for all of you, how to cite a paper which is not yet published, right? So let's say there is a research which is based on your mathematical or physical equations, right? And you're uploading that on your database prior to publication, how you can just, put it up in a random format. Internet sources, citing when I say about, you can avoid cite. Hello? Safia ji, do you want to speak something? There is a background noise from your end. Okay, all right. So This is something which you can consult the reference section of Wikipedia, which has never been used as a bibliography section, because in a project this is barely tolerated, but it won't look good if you are just directly putting the Wikipedia into academics articles, and they are under publication, right? So avoid doing such kind of mistakes here. Rather, you can use a reference section of Wikipedia page as a basis of further exploration. And this is what exactly I was trying to tell even earlier. Never ever trying to copy, but yes, you need information, relevant information. Always mention that as a reference. Images and other media. You must not take other people's images, especially the video clips, because video clips without explicit and written permission from the author or publisher is seriously an offense. In addition, the source must be cited. In most of the cases, using someone else's image is not only plagiarism, but it is illegal too. So right now, I'm sure you all have seen on a lot of platforms, you find a lot of people are duplicating, using people's pictures or their videos or their original music, sort of these things, and they're just trying to get into all this kind of illegal activities. Specifically in research, if you really want to just inculcate certain data, certain statements, certain video clips to support your article in a very, very strong manner, please use them. There is no particularly restriction on it, but do not try to copy, cut, paste from someone else, particularly patron, because video clipping, plagiarism is seriously illegal. Next thing is to cite or not to cite. Cite all the relevant references, whichever you have considered. If you cite a paper, you must read it. Do not cite a source just because someone else has cited. Do not copy and paste a reference because from the another paper, because that will again put you under the whole concept of plagiarism. If in doubt, give a citation. If still in doubt, double check with your supervisor, whosoever is guiding you during that whole research. This is additional material, like for further information. If you want to just go and follow, like you can always attach certain links towards your journal, towards your research, for the better understanding for people, so that people can connect to you, people can really feel a connect, that when they are reading your journal, when they are reading your entire topic, or when they are going to follow certain things out of whatever you are sharing, they should not have a mindset where to go, connect, and is there any supporting things which probably I can go and follow on. So that's very, very important while you are dealing with it. So that's all from my side in terms of research ethics and plagiarism. I'm sure this was my small talk was able to add certain valuable points to all of you, probably, which you can follow on, and you can save yourself from this entire act of plagiarism, and you can still build a very strong foundation when it comes to ethical code. Thank you once again, all of you, for hearing me, listening me out so patiently and wonderfully. I'm open for questions if in case you have any. Otherwise, we will proceed to the next speaker. Thank you once again, Kavita ma'am. Thank you once again, Ajay sir, for inviting me, entire RFI family, and Sage University Indore. Thank you so much. Love, light, and peace to all of you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for the sharing wonderful experiences regarding the plagiarism, research, content, citations, paraphrasings, and the appropriate idea. I am just really inspired from your appropriation of idea in the contents. So
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you,
very
ma'am.
much for your wonderful sessions today. I
Thank
think the
you.
participants are happy with the sessions and learn everything in the plagiarism.
It's my great pleasure to be here. And in future, yes, looking forward to connect with all of you for a lot of learning sessions. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I heartily welcome to Dr. Charul Jain, ma'am. Ma'am is an associate professor at the Symbiosis University of Applied Science, Indore, MP. Ma'am, she has a 4 international copyright, 1 patent, her name of copyright career virtue, corporate from campus, and winning at GD patent, convenient portal design, wrote 2 ISBN books, and is an IPR consultant as a freelance. Dr. Jain has developed various training techniques. Ma'am, Government of India, NSDC, and MSME has certified as a master trainer of soft skills, as honored speaker of World Record Award winning event Global Peace Summit 2021 on students' skill development for the sustainable development in industry. Ma'am, the Faculty of Mentors Swayam for the MOOC course, Master Trainers and Mentor at Vadvani Foundation of Life member of the NHRD. Ma'am, recently conducting a chain of FTPs for schools, principals, and teachers on various aspects of training and learning pedagogy and the clinical psychology. AICT certified in the design thinking, management 4.0 and the financial analytics. Ma'am has been working since the last 16 years in the field of education and training. She has been continuously contributing in the employability training, ethical research practices, and the research writing. Ma'am is in the expert in the employability skills training and the successfully guided placements for more than 5,000 students till date. For her remarkable work, she has been awarded international award from the Master in Training Employability Skills in DAVB Indore. Ma'am, since last 3 years, is associated with the FAST IS Academy Indore for the training personal interviews skills, personal branding to students aspiring from MPPSC. This is does and the social cause without taking any fee. Ma'am, academically, she has awarded her PhD 2013 from IMS DAVV, has completed her MBA from the SIRUPS International Institute of Management and the Prestige Institute of Management and Research also. She is continuously dedicated to the employment training to train, share, and enhance ethical, authentic research practices. Now, today's topic is content copyright, mind the work. Ma'am, heartily welcome, ma'am. Please now start the sessions.
Thank you so much for introducing Sonika, ma'am. I'm really glad to be the part of today's session. Just give me one
Yeah, ma'am.
moment. Oh, that sounds perfect.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm really
Audible
glad
to you.
to. Am I audible now?
Yeah, ma'am. Now audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Kavita ma'am, for the introduction. Thank you, Gupta sir, Saurabh sir, Ajay Jan sir, having the belief in me that I could justify the topic and inviting me again. Thank you, team Sage University, for organizing and being the co-partners. Wonderful session delivered by Sunesh madam. That was really lovely listening to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Arul ma'am. It's always my pleasure to hear you again.
That's lovely. Thank you. So today, let's just think about what is IPR, that is intellectual property rights. What we truly believe that whatever work we do in the area of research and innovation and inventions, that is mine. Just by saying that this is mine, it doesn't work. We need a proof that says that yes, this work is mine. So today we are going to talk about this only, that how do I claim that this work is mine? And how do I take the credit by saying that this particular work is mine? Considering the work, we do research proposals, we do write researches, we do write patents, we do write trademarks, we do a lot of things. But the only problem with our fraternity is we are not aware about the IPR, intellectual property rights. All the research papers we write, they are all copyrighted, whether they get published with Springer, ABDC, Scopus. When we publish, why it can't be copied and taken somewhere else? Because they are copyrighted. But with only copyright, it's not enough. We can even move forward for patents. Whatever concept we earn, we develop, we can even do patents of that. Right now in the industry, people are known that only the engineers can do patents. No, we academicians can also do patents. That is concept design patent. The only trouble is we need to get aware. So this was just a brief of the topic intellectual property and rights. So I have the intellect, I'm delivering it, it is my property, but I need to claim. So I need to take the right, official, authentic, legal right for whatever I do. So with this introduction, I'll just share my screen with everybody. Please let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So yes, today we are mutually discussing the word and the phrase which says mind the work. People have been saying, please mind your work, what you have done. This is not yours or this is mine. But I would say that whatever we do innovatively, that is called research, searching it again and again, but through our perspective, through our bird's view, let's mind the work. How we do that? It is through intellectual property rights. It is when we do a registry of the house and that house becomes ours. It is exactly the same. Whatever concepts, whatever research, whatever design we have made, let us put forward to the government of India or to the government of Australia or wherever you wish to register it. Register and claim it on your name. So this would be the flow of the entire session today. We'll discuss few things about IPR, that is intellectual property rights. I would again and again say, if my camera is visible, the best way to remember IPR logically is intellectual property and rights. This is mine. All right. Just claim it legally. We'll understand the concept of copyrights, and we'll also discuss few techniques in patents as well. During the session, I'll be sharing my copyright certificates and patent certificates also with everybody. So that gives an authenticity and that gives a confidence how we can do it. So basically what intellectual property rights are. Let me just put off the screen and request everybody to just talk about it. Okay. Okay. Can anybody tell me that what's your property? Do you owe a property? Anyone? Anyone who owes a property? You don't have a house or something?
Yes, sure, ma'am. We do.
You do have. I think you also have some gold jewelry or something, ma'am.
Yes, we all keep.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
vehicle also. Vehicle.
What, ma'am?
Vehicle.
Vehicle. Yes, exactly. Vehicle also. But ma'am, have you ever observed the property which is there, if it is in your name, you can rent it out and you can claim that it is yours. But about the jewelry, your grandmother or your mother-in-law may have given it to you. And she always keeps on claiming that this is mine, return it to me. And then we get into a fight. No, this is mine and that is yours. I hope somebody may have gone through the same, right? It is the same. Even if I give a jewelry to my daughter, she might start saying it is her. But I would say, no, this is mine. I gave you. But if I sign a paper and give her the car, I buy a car and give it on her name, put the registry in her name, then definitely it is authenticated that it is her who owes the car. So if I take these two examples, something which is mine, but it cannot be claimed, the jewelry, that is not registered. Why Modi ji is after our life that please put the legal registry and claim the amount of jewelry you have? Because you cannot have a claim on it. It is not your property. I cannot claim it. But when we have something which is under our name, we have all due rights to fight for it. So that is rights. We need to have rights for ourselves. These are properties on which we have and which we hold our rights on. But today here we are talking about intellectual property rights. This is about brain. This is about thinking process. This is about our creativity. So how do we claim our rights onto that? Every faculty who is together today, they may have their own unique technique of teaching marketing strategies in the class. They may have their own techniques of teaching portfolio management, design engineering, and other subjects. But how do we claim that this is mine? Because these are all intellectual things. So today we are discussing the same. Anything which we register legally, that gives you a right on the intellect. The purpose here is only to promote we all, you all of us, to give exclusive rights on whatever we do. Let me bring an eye opener to all of you that even the notes which we make for our classroom sessions, if they have a unique presentation, they can be copyrighted. Even when we plan our entire syllabus throughout the semester, if we create the flow of concept, that can even be done as design patent. But hardly few of us know about it. So we are creating awareness about it. And I would be very happy to see if more and more faculty members can exclusively claim and register themselves for copyrights and patents. This can be done anywhere across the globe, anywhere across. So anything which you can imagine, which you can think of, if you can bring that on a piece of paper, yes, it can be registered under intellectual property rights. Mostly what we do, we are running after Scopus, Stringa, ABDC research papers or project reports. They all are part of copyrights. Why we do this? Why we do intellectual property rights? The question arises. The simple answer is, it gives me a right to legally claim this is mine and I owe it. This is my way of teaching. So in India, what all we practice, IPR has these different domains. But majorly, what we practice is copyrights, patents, and trademarks. Mostly we have these. So being an academician, we can work on 4 dimensions. First is copyright. That is automatically being done either with Springer, Scopus, ABDC, UGC, CARE, or listed or anything, wherever, or case-led, case studies. When we are presenting the paper in the conference, anything, that all comes under book chapters, book, any article, that all comes under copyright. It is automatically done copyright. But today I wish to show you that exclusively, if you develop some concept, that can also be copyrighted. So my dear friends, the good news is all the research paper which you have published, you already should know that they are all copyrighted. Nobody can use it. That is how Sarika ma'am also told you. These are all plagiarism proof because they are all copyrighted. Nobody can copy that. This is your original work. But apart from only research papers, if we have any unique thought process, we can write that, put on a paper, and we can get it registered under IPR and earn our copyright through that. Coming to patent, patent is also what we can work upon. And here, the geographical indication can also be there as a part of our research. So these 4 are the main areas where we all being academicians should work. And we are working already. It is just we need to realize that we are doing it. And trademark is something like we make our own representation, looking into a symbol, looking mark. Somebody can know that, yes, this is mine. This belongs to Ajay sir. This belongs to Devi madam. So that is just a symbol. Now the question comes, intellectual we understand, something which we think, something which is in our brain. It is intellect. But what is protection? What is protection? I take you towards your personal life journey. I am sure you have children. You protect your children? I need an answer.
Yes, ma'am.
You protect your children? Why? Wonderful. God forbid, but if your child has yes, ma'am. By chance, God forbid, if your child has some discrepancies or injustice in the school regarding learning or some facilities are not provided to the child, basically in terms of safety, security, or learning or education, do you go and claim that he or she deserves to get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, of course,
Absolutely.
ma'am.
Right? We protect, we claim it. But how? Why are we so? See, you being the parent, I being parent of my child, I can go and fight with the school or the college and say that this is my child's right. You have to give it. You have taken the fee, but you have to deliver this as well. You can fight for your child, but do you agree that we can go and fight for our children?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. But can I go on your behalf and fight for your child?
No.
Not at all. I'm happy that you have understood and said a no. Can you tell me why? You can fight for the same cause for your child. I can fight for the same cause for my child. The context is same, but why can't I go and fight for your child?
Ma'am, because it's about who owns it.
Absolutely right. This is mine. Biologically, on the birth certificate, it is you who is the mother of that child. Biologically, on the birth certificate, I'm the mother of my child. So only I have the right to claim it. So it is protected under the law. It is defined under the law that you are the parent of your ward and you have the right to fight. I'm not the parent of your ward, so I don't have the right. So protection has to come with a legal right. So protection here, I hope we understood the term protection here. The
Yes, ma'am.
same way, when we have our creation in terms of design, in terms of research paper, we get affinity towards it. They become our child. Oh my God, I have written it. I should be the first one to be known that yes, this concept was developed by me. So I need to protect that. How long this protection can stay with me? Definitely, I want that this protection should be lifelong for me. So copyright, patent, and trademark, they have a different tenure of protection. This is actually very important for us as a researchers and faculty members to understand the life of these protection also. So there are three: copyrights, patents, and trademarks. Trademark has the shortest life of 3 to 5 years. Trademark has a shortest life of 10 years. And copyright has a protection life of minimum 60 years. So whatever age we all are, if we invent a copyright today, it remains in our name for next 60 years.
Ma'am,
So
to repeat.
yes,
Sorry,
ma'am.
ma'am, for the interruption. Sorry, ma'am, for the interruption, ma'am. Can you please repeat how much years of life trademark, copyright, and patents have?
Yes, ma'am. Trademark goes for almost 3 to 5 years, depending on the claim of revision. Then patent goes for 10 years. And then your copyright goes for 60 years. So now it is up to us
Okay.
how long we want to live. Like these intellectual works are for lifetime. Why Einstein is known till now? Why Philip Kotler is known till now? Why Gordon Mandry is known till now? These are all the inventors of their concepts. They have done copyrights. Till the time they have lived for 60 years, 70 years, it is there in existence. Till the time somebody else claim it. Right? So this is protection. Through the law, we can protect our concepts. They become R for the time any other concept comes in. So the scope of work for protection is flawless, endless, like an infinite. We can include any of the literacy work, artistic work, any music, any film, any sound recording, any broadcast. I bring your attention towards one thing. If you remember, uh, when we go to Dubai or any Arab countries, we are not allowed to take pictures at the airport. Why? Because they have copyrights of their recordings. You cannot talk about everything in front and record everything. No, they are protected under the law. Any movie which comes in the cinema hall or maybe on the Netflix, it is copyrighted. Anything which you can think of can be either copyrighted, patented, or trademarked. They can easily be done. Now, what is this term as registration? We registered our PhD, we registered our undergrad, we registered our postgrads, we registered our conferences. So, what is that registration? It means that we are putting one step forward for making this concept in my name. I am registering. I am telling the government by submitting my documents and my concept that this is mine. So I give it to you. You're the government. I'm giving it to you. Please check if this is unique. And if this is unique, please grant me with a patent and a copyright. Give me rights to say that this is mine. So I would motivate everybody. Please write some good copyrights and publish and make it under your name for at least next 60 years. Your calendar begins now. If you write it today, add 60 years to your life right now. That you must do. And do you want to see the certificates which you get from the government of India? Okay, if I don't get answer.
Yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yep, ma'am.
Okay. So it feels so
Yes, ma'am.
graceful. I'll share one motivational story also. Although Soneka ma'am has said it so nicely, she's a motivational speaker. I was so influenced. But I'll share one small live case study in front of you, which will motivate you that if this tiny man can do it, why can't I do it? I'll share that. The concept of copyright is basically a link between the creator, that is you, and the government, who is the authority to grant you permission to say that this is yours. But the main thing about writing copyrights, patents, mainly these two things, does it have any interest to the public? Is it adding value to the society? If your answer is yes, please move ahead. Don't wait for anything. Put your document in a proper structure and file the copyrights and patents. Please go ahead. But yes, before filing, ask yourself, is there a benefit or a value proposition for the reader or for the user? If it has, please go ahead. Even the pictures, the photographs which you make, it is all possible to copyrights. I hope you may have gone through certain websites where you can buy certain images. And there are certain free websites where you can download the images. They're all copyrighted. Somebody takes it and earns money out of it. You can do any possible thing in this entire universe, what you can think of, because we are discussing intellectual property and rights. This is mine. Fine. When somebody, I think आप लोगों ने वो गाना सुना होगा, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Yes, ma'am.
In Bhool Bhulaiya 1, Akshay Kumar played that, right? And in Bhool Bhulaiya 2, who is this guy? Kartik Aaryan. He danced on that song. But that song was recreated by somebody. To even change, when a single change in a particular lyrics, song, or music tone is also done, the new composer has to take permission from the original composer, because it is also copyrighted. We have to come down to that level, take permission officially, and then only we can claim forward. Then only we can make changes. Otherwise, you remember the case of Padmavati and Padmavat. The name was changed for the movie. This happens, right? Any musical work can be copyrighted. So even if you're fond of writing songs, writing poems, writing inspirational quotes, please go ahead and do it. See Robin Sharma. He has been writing only quotes, and the entire world knows him. See Jim Quick. He writes only concept, and the entire world knows him. So even you can do that. Why not? It just needs, we should put it legally front. Any literary work which we are doing, book, article, research paper, blogs, anything, that comes under copyright as well. Any dramatic work, writing a play for your school, or even the case studies which you make inside the class, or the role plays, you can even do that. Any photograph or illustrations. When you make the photographs and illustrations, you need to take permission of the people whom you are capturing in the photograph, and then it becomes your original. Any movie, any videos, any sound recording. If I had to say that if you can create something, you can owe that. It's as simple as that. If you think that it is yours, just do it. Don't wait for anyone. I'm sharing a certificate with you all. When you write a copyright, a content for copyright, your certificate comes like this. This is my certificate, one of my copyrights. So it looks like this. It is from 2021. I have for the recent year also. It has been officially given by Government of India from the Copyright Office. See, it becomes so, you feel so happy that when your work get recognized. What I have written here is group discussion. Every university talk has their own definition of group discussion. But nobody has done innovation in that. Why can't you define a different technique of doing it? You can define that. And if you define, send it to the government and it can come under your name. Don't you think it becomes so proud moment when people say that this is yours? Oh my God, you have 4 patents, you have 4 copyrights. We feel exclusive in that case because yes, I can say that I have intellectual property rights. This is my thought process and it's unique and it's useful for the audience. Now it's time to share an interesting story. Can you see this name here? I hope my screen is visible.
Yatarat Jain.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
this is a Government of India certificate. Now it's time to open your eyes that yes, even you can do it. And everybody has that potential to do a design patent or a GI, you can do that. This gentleman, when he registered his patent in the Indian government, can you please guess his age? Although it is written a minor, but can you guess the age?
8 years.
Wonderful. Anyone else?
Below 18 years.
Below 18? That is true, sir. It is written minor.
12 years.
12 years. I'll take one more suggestion. I'll take one more opinion. Anyone else?
15 years.
Ma'am, I suppose 12 years only.
12 years. 8, 12, 16, 18, below 18. Let me tell you, my dear friends, this guy was only 5 years old when he earned this patent. Yes, I'm saying 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If I'm not wrong, he's having a lot of following on Instagram and rest of the
Yes,
social
madam. Yes, it is the same tiny boy.
Yeah.
He has been covered by a lot of people. I'm glad you know that you have seen that video. I'm really glad. So I get goosebumps when I talk about him. Ma'am, what have you seen about Instagram?
Ma'am, I'm not a social a bird, so I'm not on any of those, but I happened to see it through one of my juniors. And she showed me how, it was really actually good to see the boy depicting few things there. So though I'm not on social media very active, I'm not having any accounts, but that particular video was like too inspiring for me. A 5-year-old can be like that.
Wonderful. It feels so happy. And ma'am, where do you belong to? Which place?
Ma'am, currently I'm based out of Nagpur, Maharashtra.
Oh, I'm so happy. Proudly saying he is my son.
Oh wow! Congratulations, ma'am!
Congratulations.
So nice to
Great,
see.
Congratulations,
Great.
ma'am.
So he is the inspiration for me. He is the inspiration for me. He says that if I could do it, you can too do it. He's the one, what he says is like, why am I telling his story to you? Why am I sharing it? Because creation, innovation, your identity, your individual thought process is your unique. It just stop listening to the naysayers. There will be people, "Arey, 5 saal ka bachcha kya karega?" Come on, you have 20 years already in the industry. There are youngsters who are coming into education. What do you think? You are unique. Don't listen to them. Yes, every individual has a thought process, and please promote everybody that yes, you are correct. Unless until you are able to prove, is it unique and is it for the benefit of the user? If yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yes, your students, your biological students, your biological child, your own wards, and your ethical students, your students, they are the best inspiration to tell you that yes, ma'am, this is working for me. So please do that. This is one of the inspiration I could give you, that everybody, I think, how many members are we today? Let me just see that. Oh my God, 189. I can see that I can have at least 189 copyrights and patents right in this session. 190. I'm glad. If I remove two of us, the introducer and me, I think 189 copyrights and patents can already come up. So it is you who can do this. So please believe in yourself, believe in your concepts. And yes, just believing in itself is not enough. You have to document, send it to the government. They will verify if this is unique, nobody else has registered it. They will give you suggestions, and then you move forward. Something which you contribute to the society, it brings so much of pleasure to you that yes, you have contributed. So please do it. What are the benefits you can do? Now I'm coming to financials. Right now I have talked only about the intellect. Once you're registered through the government of India, it's not only India. You can do it in USA, you can do it in Australia, right sitting from wherever you are. You can do that. There are attorneys who help you. There are consultants who help you in that. What monetary benefit you can bring from your copyrights, patents, and trademarks? It is that you can always make copies of your work and sell it. You might be knowing Mrs. Murthy just wrote a new book which is sold. You may be knowing Indra Nui writing the book and selling it. There's so many authors who write the book and they sell it off.
Ma'am, you're talking about Gently Falls the Bakula by Sudhamurti?
There are so many books. So many books.
The recent one.
My Life in Full by Indra Nooyi.
Yes, yes, yes. So when we write the book, we make copies, we earn. We can make derivations and revisions like Philip Kotler, marketing concepts. When we publish our work, it gets on Amazon, it gets on several other portals, and then also we earn. We can perform in public. There are so many public speakers right now who go in the public and say their concepts. Jay Shetty, he's a budding speaker who found himself through social media. Right. He performs in the public. He doesn't write. He speaks. But on the contrary, if we see Robin Sharma, he writes. He's known for his writing. The monk who sold his Ferrari. Still, we put the first book to be read by the students is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. And the boy he read and he became Jay Shetty. So it's on us what we want to do. And the way, once we do copyrights, once we do patent, earning is like second source of earning. I'm telling it the other way. The IPR has two perspectives. One is getting the contentment, satisfaction that yes, I owe something. I have given some contribution to my teaching and learning fraternity, which can be taken forward. And secondly, can I earn some money out of it? So we can display in public and we can do that. Alongside, in terms of patents, we can rent the patent. to any company to use the concept. Like many of you may have seen Yatharth's concept, the design bottle, convenient bottle design. BMW approached him to take the design. They want to give to every new purchaser of BMW. So you can rent the design, you can sell the design patent, and you earn a lot of money. It's all up to you. But find it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am?
Sorry to disturb you.
No problem.
Ma'am, I just want to ask you how we could know that whether our work is already there or not. Means
I'm
though
just
we
coming
have.
to that, ma'am. It is a
Okay,
wonderful
okay,
question and very relevant as well.
okay, okay, ma'am. Thank
I'm coming to that. So, yes, the important rule of a copyright is to, yes, publish it, protect it, and then share it with everybody. Whatever you see online, ma'am, I'm really thankful to you. You have asked this question right at the right time. Because what I'm saying, whatever you see online, because right now Google is termed as universe to us, but it is not. What about the gurus who sit in the cave or in the temples they are preaching? Their concepts are nowhere copyrighted, but they are not online. So don't they exist? They have intellect. The intellect is their property, but intellectual property right does not apply there because they have not registered. Similarly, for our faculty members, we have different unique concepts which we teach to MBA students and then BBA students and BCom students, MTech, BTech, everywhere. But we don't register the copyrights. We don't register the concept. So it becomes in vain. So important is publish, register yourself. For example, the first step what you can do is start using this copyright sign. Okay, copyright, the year and your own name. This will symbolize, for example, this presentation I made only for the specific purpose for sharing my copyright content with everybody. So this is my unique work. Every word has been written by me, right? So you can do that. But apart from that, you can register in any of the government. So, ma'am, here is the structure how you should make any content either in copyright or in patent. So you all are requested to take a screenshot because this is going to be helpful for all of you. When we sent our draft to the government for filing or verification, whether it is unique or not, they look on these 6 parameters. What is the structure? We need to explain it pictorially also. We need to find out, have we considered the entire outline? Has anyone ever done before? This I'll share. Who is the end user?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, whom we have to approach for our ideas? Like if we frame our idea in this matter, whatever you have told us. So if we will prepare our proposal, whom we have to approach?
Please contact Ajay sir for that matter because RFI has IPR cell as well.
Okay.
Through Ajay sir, you can even get in connect with me because I am closely associated with Ajay sir and we can do that.
Okay.
So the best person to connect with is Ajay sir and Saurabh sir.
Ma'am, a small request.
Can we have their email IDs in the chat box, please?
Yeah, that's what I was also saying. If we can have your email ID, it would be easy for us to contact you in case.
Yes,
No problem. I'll request the team because I'll request the team RFI to get me connected with everybody and they will share all my details with you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Anytime, ma'am. So for writing any kind of copyright and research and patents, we have to move in the structure. We need to ensure, are we filing all the outlines? Has anyone ever done before? So Google Scholar, H-index, I-index is the best way of knowing it. Who is the end user? These are the 2 big questions. Are you making any contribution? Because research is not just about finding why I was selling the product and now how I can sell the product. No, it is not just that. But is it adding any value to the end user? And who is my end user? So let's find that. So you can use it fairly. You know, we right now we just know that copyrights, patents are the property of any government attorney. And we can make money only if we are the government attorney. No, You can become n number of things into that. Being in your academic journey, being the academicians also. You can do news reporting, you can write in research, you can write any of the criticism, commentary, you can have your whole broadcast. These are all copyrights, parts of copyrights. I have shared one my copyright with you already. So the content and structure we can share. And the process of registering is very, very simple. Fine. It's very simple. I have already mentioned the website name here. There are two ways of doing it. Either you do it by yourself. I'm opening the website right in front of you. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
It is.
ma'am.
Yes.
I'm connected and this is live, which I have opened. Fine. This is IPR. This is Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This year, Modi ji's mission is to promote a lot of patents, design, and trademarks. And believe me, right now, the sky is the limit for it. Do it. They are promoting it as best as possible. Through the website, you can copy this website and keep it with you. Let me just put it in chat box. Do I have
Startups never used to register their make advancements in the field of copyrights and patents, but of late they have started a lot doing it. So this year the government has received lot many trademark and copyright applications also.
Yes, yes. But again, there is a twist, ma'am. Let me tell you, there's a twist. It is always good to have a guide to visit the city rather than just going to the city and exploring the city. Why? The reason is very simple. I can register my copyright here. I can go log in and I can just move in. When I register here, I forget my ID and everything, but I have to first of all pay, submit my document, and wait for it. If I go through the
Ma'am,
website,
I'm sorry to disturb again.
no
Ma'am,
problem.
how much money is required for one copyright?
Ma'am, that we can discuss, but it is not much, fine, because the value proposition is very high.
It becomes an investment for us. It becomes an investment for us.
Yes, yes, of course, ma'am. Every penny counts. I understand. It's very important. First of all, it is important to understand what is the process. And then you think about how much money we can put in. What I strategize is I always save at least 2,000 rupees from any source of income of mine every month. And every third or fourth month, either I try helping my son doing the patent or help myself doing a copyright. So it again takes another 6 to 8 months to re-review, review, correct, and then get published. So it's a year-long process. Fine. Hardly it takes 6 to 7 months, but we keep taking the little extended amount of time. So there are two ways of going to it. Either you go to the Government of India website and then you register and submit your document by self. Here, what you have to do, you have to submit, pay the money, and wait for it. The Government of India will run the entire concept for minimum 45 days. Either you write copyright or patent. 45 days, you are muted. Nothing doing. After that, if they feel it has some plagiarism or somebody else has a synonym to it, they will put a query. You have to keep looking for it and then you have to reply to the query. That's a real long, tough process. And your money is stuck. Fine. What if we have somebody who knows the legal norms and hold our hand? So what we do, this is the Government of India process. You send the money, you get the diary number. Let me share the diary number also with you. I have the diary number also. Here, see, once I submitted the design patent, I got this diary number and all these numbers here. See this. Application number, CBR number, you get these. And then you wait for it. This was actually the acceptance letter which I received. But you have to wait for it. But what if there is somebody who can hold your hand and can help you doing this? Then it becomes really easy. what we do, you have to wait. You submit your document, 45 days is waiting period. Then if you get a rejection or any question, then it goes to review. Then you have to reply, and we don't know the government process all by ourselves. So the best way is to go through an attorney. I'm just quitting my website, these slides here. Let me just come back. Okay. I'm just coming back here and talking in front because majority of things I've shared with you. Rather than just going by yourself, my only request would be there are certified, government certified official attorneys. So the people like us who are the IPR consultants, we help you writing the concept in a structured way, right? With Ajay sir and team, we don't charge anything because that earning is not our motive. Our motive is to generate huge number of IPRs. But these attorneys, they will charge, they will be first hand. What you do, you send the document to them, they will review it, they will run it on the government portal, and because they have the access, the government officials, they will run on the portal, they will see whether it is true or not. If there is any change, they will tell you change. They will make changes in case you don't understand what changes are required. They will make changes, they will take a permission from you, then they will file it. So the chances of selection and getting it, sir, I'll take the questions. Praveen sir and Prasad sir. Prasanna sir, I'll take it. So once you go through them, the acceptance chances become 95% because they have already run through the government portal, they have already done the background study. Then the chances of selection goes heavier. So my suggestion to everybody is please, 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 if a tiny of 4 years, 5 years can do it, we all can do that. We all can do that. Please do a lot of IPRs, develop a lot of copyrights, a lot of patents, and just go for it. The sky is the limit. So with this, my sharing is complete. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Let me open the queue and we can take questions one by one. So Prasad Reddy sir, please can we have your question? All right. Praveen sir, in case you have any question. All right. Okay. The forum is open for questions because from my end, I'm really thankful that I have been able to, hopefully I've been able to share my ideas on IPR. It is all what you have. It is just you need to register yourself in the government portal and make your work register under your name.
Ma'am, may I have a may I?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Sujata, ma'am, please.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a question that suppose my students did some work, 4 to 5 students, I want to have a copyright to them. So
Right.
instead of filing a copyright with their separate names, can we, with their permission, can we file a copyright with the college name with their permission only?
Ma'am, yes, we should do that because first of all, it is the student right who has done the work.
Yes.
So we must follow the ethics. So that is really nice. We all can do a combined filing. Yes,
Okay.
we become the mentor. We do combined filing. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.
Ma'am, in combined filing, the name of the students and the teacher, everyone name will be there.
Yes,
like we
ma'am.
can. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Like I showed you my copyright certificate. Like this. All the authors will be mentioned here, ma'am. See this. There are 2 authors. So all the authors would be mentioned there. But only suggestion would be please don't keep more than 4 authors. Because ultimately when you present it in your resume and when you appear for any interview, then a question comes in. If we are more than 4 people, the contribution comes to a question mark.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, Devi ma'am,
Ma'am, sorry to disturb you once again.
no
Ma'am,
problem.
do we have a list of patents somewhere available? Like if we can, get an idea that if this thing is already done with the patents or the copyrights, do we have that site somewhere we can search?
Ma'am, it is the government website which we can do that, and you can actually search for it. That
Okay.
when you get any published work, it automatically comes in the search. Everything is visible online, right?
Yes.
The things which are not visible online, probably they are not registered yet.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And for that, you have mentioned some H index and I index also, no?
Yes, H index, I index is on Google Scholar, ma'am. This is the
Ma'am,
need of
please
the
do
hour.
provide your emails and everything, Please request the team to provide us with the email IDs and everything so that we can be in contact with you and we can, give our ideas or the projects.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
I request
thank
Team
you.
RFI. They will definitely do.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Any other questions? I think there was one more hand. I don't know. Uday sir was asking. Please go ahead with your own questions. Nagesh sir was also asking. Yes, sir, please.
I have the questions only. I want to know about the financing part for the copyright.
So copyright and patents, pricing wise, financing wise, it varies. When we take the help of any attorney, he takes care of all the editing and reframing of the concepts. So the pricing changes. All right, there will be people in the market who will ask you that 5,000 में हम करेंगे या 500 रुपए में हम कर देंगे. But there are people who will charge you 20,000, 15,000, and even 50,000. So the quality works speaks. So it ranges, sir, to answer your question in very specific terms in terms of money, it ranges from 15,000 to 50,000. Because I'm talking about both your copyright, your patent, and trademarks as well.
And what if our work is already there and suppose our project is rejected or copyright is rejected? So have we able or should we pay the fees first and then we have to go for this process, no?
Ma'am, if you go to the website, if you go through the website by your own, you will have to pay first and you will not even know that what is unique, what is already existing. But if you go to the attorneys, they have access, they are government people. So they have access to the government source and portal. So they will check first, they will give you suggestions first, and then they will take in a letter of authorization letter from you. Then they will make correction. Then when they are sending it the final version, then at that time they take money.
Okay.
So it's a trust thing. When you spend it by yourself, I'm not sure how much time it's gonna take. And even they take care of any kind of queries or hearings.
Okay.
So they take care of everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Nagesh sir, you have a question, please.
Thank you so much for a nice session.
My pleasure, sir.
Am I audible? Yeah. My question is, can we convert all our publications in Scopus or the BBDC journal? Can we apply the same thing for copyright too?
So they're already copyright. ABDC, Scopus, Springer, UGC list, anytime when you publish, if this book has an ISBN number, it is already copyrighted.
Ma'am, I have written several review articles and research papers and something like that. But how do we know that somebody is using our content without?
Ma'am, I'm really happy you asked this question. At the moment, I am sure that you might be knowing Google Scholar. Please make your profiles on Google Scholar. Put your research paper there as your you need to develop your profile. Put your research papers there. And when somebody cites it, you will get your X score and I score. There you will get to know.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Nagesh sir, was I able to answer your question?
Yeah, fine, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So,
hire for work concept that is a lot prevalent in USA, and many of the software companies in India also, which are globally working. So in that, ma'am, if I'm employed somewhere and I have developed something, so I can't copyright or patent it, right? because I'm under an employment contract. And since I have signed an NDA also with them, non-disclosure agreement with them. So under that, I can't, right?
See, if that technique applies to the organization where you're working, you need a letter of permission, a letter permission you require. But it is highly unethical to write about something which the organization is doing and I publish. That is not right. But I am also an individual. Praveena ma'am, you're also an individual. If you develop some technique of your own, for example, if you're teaching students of MBA finance and you have developed your own way of teaching them, curriculum is same, syllabus is same. But if you have developed a unique technique, you can do that. Even when you're working in IT company, if you develop any new concept into AI and ML, if you have the SDLC and you develop another concept, you can copyright your code, you can copyright your SDLC, you can copyright your algorithm as well.
Yeah, the source code and the interfaces that can be. Right?
Yes, it can be done. It can be done. Don't write the company names in that case. Because if you want to see, it is like we are associated with some company, but alongside we are individuals as well.
Right.
So if you are giving credit to the company, imagine the day when this work will get recognized and get a copyright and patent. You will have to give credit you will have to take permission when you are renting it, when you are selling it. You need a permission letter from them.
Right. Since we are under an obligation under the NDA and the confidentiality clauses in it.
Yes. My only request would be that keeping the confidentiality intact, our work ethics intact, whatever is our original work, let us publish that. Yes, we can do if it is our unique way of doing it.
It's something that has been presented in not in the context of the company that we are working for, but in a different way.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I can say, see, I'm working with Symbiosis, but if I say that it is for all the students, which is my area of research, the employability skills training, if I am talking in generic for all my students, and I am practicing it, so it is in generic. I don't necessarily have to add on everything to the place where I'm working. It is my individual growth which I'm doing. You can do that.
Sure. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Sachin Kulkarni.
Yes, sir.
Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Sachin, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, ma'am, one question. If concept is related to theoretical background, if there's some work idea which is theoretically, when the time comes to prove it or to justify with the documents, then how to prove that idea? I mean, how to justify the work?
Sir, I think you are from engineering background.
Yeah.
I can sense that because you need to show the feasibility of your project.
Yes.
So in terms of a technique, I think you are from electronics and electricals?
No, civil engineering department.
Civil, correct.
Yeah.
So civil, you have to show something in Mac and Maya, and then you need to CAD and CAM, you prepare something and then you project. So what you can do is, sir, you can go ahead in 3 steps or 2 steps. First, you can do a design patent.
Yeah.
And then you can go for the feasible tangible structure
but what happens, ma'am, if it is practical oriented, then fine, prototype we can prepare a prototype, or practical we can conduct an experiment and then we'll get a values readings or some output data so that we can justify it. But if it comes to the theoretical background, if there's some idea, I think we have to prove either with this as you said AutoCAD or some line diagram or
yes, you
some
have
software
to do,
analysis.
Yes. Recently, I give you an example. I'm helping one mechatronics. We have unique branch combination of mechanical and electronics together. So mechatronics with automobile. So this is a combined branch. So I'm helping one of the students who devised a detonator for some purpose. So he cannot just blast anywhere or do something with detonator. He needs to develop a prototype. So he developed it. He proved it. We have filed a design patent for him. Okay. So we have the experimental study. We have to show that.
Yeah, but I feel literature review is required for that.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes, sir.
Yeah.
You will have to support everything that how you have used, and we have made certain changes also in his detonator, because detonator is very common.
Okay.
Detonators are very common. It is a sensor. Basically,
Yes.
it is a sensor which is working. It's very common. But what uniqueness has to be there, that needs to be proved. So you can design patent first within 1 year of time, within 7 to 8 months. Then you can do a physical study, which every engineer does. Like you get the acceptance after 1 year. Then you are asked to prove your design. Then physically you have to test the prototype. वो चीज भी आप second stage में कर सकते हैं. So you get that means 2.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. So I think, ma'am, we are good to go, I think. Kavita, ma'am?
Ma'am, really enlightening session. I really, appreciate your encouragement and whatever you have, you put a spark in all of us, like we should do it.
So sweet.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. God bless you. You made my day by giving me an opportunity that I could answer to your questions. I'm really
Chaval,
happy.
madam, it's actually your son who inspired me today. Thank you so much.
Oh, lovely. I'm feeling more proud to be him. He's the charm of my life.
Yes, ma'am.
Every mother's dream.
Ma'am, actually it is. Like, we have never thought of doing such things. Like, we are also writing research papers. We are also, looking forward for a second type of salary. Like, we academicians are just stick to our monthly salary, We are not able to, and we are not also recognized for our work. So we can even, get admiration for our work. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really a nice session.
Thank you so much. My pleasure, ma'am.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the sharing of wonderful knowledge, just like IPR, trademark, copyright, patent. Really listening very well now. बहुत बढ़िया था.
Ma'am,
It's
please
very
can you
good.
share
Thank you.
your email ID and phone number?
Yes, Sachin sir, I have requested team. I don't have the chat right, sir, but the team RFI will surely share that with you.
Yeah. Definitely, it will help. I think each and everyone for us to
Yes,
contact you
working. We are together here for the ethical research.
Plus one with sir. Plus one. I also want, email IDs and contact for, for further.
For sure, ma'am. For sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Charul ma'am. Thank you, participants, for listening for the patiently. Thank you, State University, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.